Anganmaa Gyalaththarasar abhimana பங்கமாய் வந்து நின் பள்ளிக்கட்டிற் கீழே அங்கண்மா ஞாலத்து அரசர் அபிமான பங்கமாய் வந்து நின் பள்ளிக்கட்டிற் கீழே சங்கம் இருப்பார் போல் வந்து தலை பெய்தோ கிங்கிணி வாய் செய்த தாமரை பூ போலே செங்கண் சீரு சிறிலே எம்மேல் விழியாவோ திங்களும் ஆதித்யனும் எழுந்தார் போல் அங்கண் இரண்டும் கொண்டு எங்கள் மேல் நோக்குதியேல் எங்கள் மேல் சாபம் இழிந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய் அங்கண்மா ஞாலத்து அரசர்.
Srimate Ramanujaya Namaha. Today is the 22nd day of Margazhi, and in this 22nd pasuram, the Gopikas tell Krishna, "We have come near your bed, leaving all the abhimanam or the ego. You have to look with your beautiful divine eyes, which will destroy all our sins." They are also taking the examples of the kings who were with pride, left their ego and pride and surrendered at his lotus feet. A scene from the Mahabharata story. Before the war, both Duryodhana and Arjuna came to meet Krishna for seeking his help in the war. Krishna was lying on the cot and sleeping. Duryodhana came and looked at him. He felt below his dignity to stand on the leg side, so he went and stood near his head side. After some time, Arjuna came and he paid his pranams and stood on the leg side. Some time later, Krishna opened his eyes. His first sight was on Arjuna, who was on the leg side. He asked Arjuna his purpose of meeting him. Immediately Duryodhana came in the front and said that he only came first and should be given the first preference to speak. Krishna replied, as he saw Arjuna only, he should be given the first chance to ask. Both sought the help of Krishna in the war. Krishna said that he will not take any weapon in the war. The whole of my army will be on one side and I will be on the other side. Arjuna said that he needs only Krishna on his side and not his army. With this, Duryodhana also felt very happy as he wanted only Krishna's army. He thought, what is a lonely man Krishna who will not even fight is of any use? We all know that without any weapon or fight only, it was Sri Krishna who designed the victory in the Mahabharata war. The Gopikas here, like Arjuna, are standing in a row at Krishna's lotus feet, seeking him and not his wealth. The Gopikas pray to Krishna to come out and grant them his lovely personal charm that will elevate them. In this pasuram, Andal says that the kings who left their pride and ego came and surrendered at your lotus feet. Around 20,800 small kings were imprisoned by Jarasandhan. Krishna, through Bhimasena, won Jarasandhan and released all these kings. They then realized that all the wealth and the power are all temporary. They all came and surrendered at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna. Andal mentions this. Like in the last pasuram, where she says, "We lost our pride losing to your Kalyana Gunas. We came here to you like Lakshmana who came and wanted to serve you always." She compares herself to Bharata. After Rama left Ayodhya, Bharata faced hardships everywhere. Even when he came to the forest to meet Rama, He was looked with suspicion by Gugha first and by Lakshmana himself also. Like that, Andal says, we have taken so much efforts and faced hardships to wake up every Gopika to come to have your darshan. We have to request Nandagopa, Yasoda, Balarama, Nappinai Pirati, and now we are near your lotus feet seeking your darshan and service. Bharata could not get what he wanted, but please have mercy on us and make our vrata successful. She explains the beauty of Bhagavan's eyes. In Silappatikaram, one of the great Tamil literary works, the writer Yelunga Vadigal picturizes the eyes, beauty and charm of the Lord. Just quoting the lines for the Tamil lovers. Periyavanai Mayavanai Perulagam Ellam Virikamala Undiyudai Vinnavanai Kannum Tiruvadiyum Kayyum Kanivayum Seyya Kariyavanai Kanada Kannenna Kanne. He says, what is the use of the eyes if it cannot have the darshan of that black beauty Krishna? You can't even twinkle your eyes when you have a sight of him. The musical anklet will have an opening only to the extent that the bead inside does not fall. Similar to that, your eyes, like that of a red lotus petals, are half bloomed and half closed. As the eyes are compared to that of the red lotus flower, the lotus flower blooms only slowly. Andal says, oh dear Krishna, like the lotus flower, blooming slowly, can you also not open your eyes slowly and look at us giving your divine darshan? They long to have his first darshan. First she said, please open your eyes slowly. Now they want to have his full darshan. So she says, Tingalum Adityanum Elundal Pol Angan irandum kondu engal mel nokkudiyel. Means Chandran or the moon as a pleasing light. Sun's light is much brighter than the moon and it removes the darkness. Even the objects which cannot be seen in the moonlight can be seen under the sunlight better. Chandra Surya Netre is said about him in Vishnu Sahasranamam also. His eyes showers the pleasing blessings on his devotees. The same eyes, by its fearful sight, chases the enemies and make them run. In the first pasuram itself, Andal says, Kadir Madiyam Pol Mugattan. Even for a normal person, when we see our loved ones, the sight of us will be pleasing, whereas when we look at our enemies or unwanted events, the eyes become furious and expresses anger. Great saintly persons have a sattvic pleasing divine eyes. They mesmerize the devotees. Then what to say about Bhagavan's lotus eyes and his darshan? Tiruppanazhvar says in his Amalanadipiran that the broad lotus eyes of Sri Ranganathan mesmerized and made him mad. Jitende Pundarikaksha, as his eyes are like that of a bloomed red lotus, his darshan is also cool and pleasing and divine. She says, with your pleasing beautiful eyes, you have to give your darshan to us. Looking with one eye or the half eye will generate negative impact. Angan irandum kondu engal mel nokku. Bless us with both your eyes looking at us, giving your divine darshan. If you look at us with your divine eyes and give your divine darshan, all our sins will get destroyed. Engal mel sabam ilindelor. Here Andal uses the word sapam instead of papam. Papam or sins can be destroyed or removed through prayachittam or doing good karmas or good actions to remove the wrongdoings. Whereas sapam is given by the rishis and mahans when we do something wrong to them. That has to be experienced and no prayachittam can be done. And no one has escaped from this curse. Even Bhagavan is not an exception during his incarnations on this earth. But Andal here says even that curse gets destroyed by your divine grace. Andal's Tiruppavai is said to be the essence of Vedas. So whatever she says is Satyam. Let us, with the blessings of Andal, surrender at the lotus feet of the Lord without any ego or pride. Let us get lost in his Kalyana Gunas and pray for his divine darshan which will remove all our sins. Andal Rangamannar Tiruvadigalai Sharanam.